Good afternoon, fellow tankers. Commander Denalii here, and today we're taking a look at the T-34 Black Friday edition. This tank is just like your standard T-34, except you get a little bit more experience and a little bit more silver in this tank. Other than that, it's exactly the same, minus the color scheme. So as you take a look around it, I mean, it's got that worn black look, it's got the 100 years of tanks, and it says Black Edition down the gun barrel. It's a pretty solid looking tank. This tank has a Continental AV engine, 810 horsepower. It's got a 120mm main gun that fires 4 rounds per minute. The aiming time is 3.4 seconds. The accuracy is 0.35. The average penetration is 248 for your standard round, 297 for your premium round, and 60 for your HE round. Your average damage is going to be 400 for your standard and your premium, and 515 for your HE on a penetration. The track traverses at 22 degrees a second, which isn't that fast, and the turret traverses at 18 degrees a second, which is also kind of slow. The view range is 360 meters before you add any modifiers to that, and your signal range is 745 millimeters. The turret armor on this thing is pretty damn amazing though. The front of the turret has 229, so as long as you keep it pointed towards the enemies, you're good to go. So like I said, the Continental AV engine has 810 horsepower, which gives it a power ratio of 12.45 horsepowers per ton. It can go about 35 kilometers per hour forward and about 12 kilometers in reverse. The engine has a 20% chance of getting caught on fire if you get shot there. The 120mm main gun has a 15-second reload, a 3.4 second aiming time, accuracy of 0.35, and this thing has a lot of max elevation and depression at 15 degrees for elevation and 10 for depression. The rotation speed of the hull, like I said, is 22 degrees. Your terrain resistances are not great in this tank. 1.4 for hard, 1.7 for medium, and a lot for soft. The turret, like I said, view range is pretty good. The armor on the turret, though, that's where it's at. The radio can have a signal range of 745. So your standard rounds have a minimum penetration of 186, a maximum penetration of 310. They do between 300 and 500 damage, and the shell velocity is 945 meters a second. Your APCR round has a minimum penetration of 223, a maximum of 371, has the same damage as your standard round, and the shell velocity goes up by about 340 meters. Your HE round has a penetration of 45 to 75 millimeters, and it does a minimum damage of 386 and a maximum damage of 644. The splash radius on this is almost 2.5 meters. And as you can see, this has a 6-person crew in it, so it's a pretty full tank. But here's the armor values. So of course your tracks are going to be considered your spaced armor at 1 to 20 millimeters. Also your belly plate on the rear of the tank is 1 to 20 millimeters as well. The front of your belly plate is 21 to 30 millimeters. There you go. And the top of your hull and the top of your turret are 31 to 50, along with the cannon on this gun. So the remainder of the underside of the hull and the back of the tank has 51 to 70. Also, your lower plate is the same, and then you have that weak point in the front, which is that gun port, and the top front of your hull. The sides of your hull are actually decent at 71 to 90, and that's after your spaced armor, so it does protect from HE rounds. Your upper plate is 91 to 120, with the exception of the weak point. And then right there you have additional spaced armor on the front top of the hull at 121 to 160. Also the sides of your turret and parts of the rear of your turret. So your commander's hatch has 161 to 190, and then you start getting into the gun manlet. 191 to 230 for the rear and the front of your turret. And of course, the most of your armor, the 231, is the bulk of it right there on the gun manlet, where it has a lot of spaced armor. So for supplies, I run 20 standard rounds, 10 premium rounds, and 4 HE rounds. I do small repair, small first aid, and manual fire extinguisher, and I've been pretty much just using this as a crew trainer. The great thing about this tank is the gun on it is pretty much, it's almost as good as the gun on the M103, the Tier 9 American heavy tank. So for equipment, I run coated optics, vertical stabilizers, and improved vents. The additional view range and then being able to shoot on the move is very vital. That way you don't expose the sides of your tank too much when you're moving from cover to cover. And of course, the +5 to all crew skills is amazing because it enhances all your abilities by 5%. So that's taking a quick look at all the stats of this thing. I'm enjoying this tank. It's really fun. So here we are. We're on Insk, and this is a team destruction. This is a Tier 8 match, and instead of just going around over to the city like I would normally do, I'm gonna go ahead and use these hills that are in front of me to my right and try to stay hulled down as much as possible. And hopefully the enemies don't move a whole lot from their starting location. So, looks like some of my team is going to the left, a lot of it actually. Got a couple light tanks pushing up and getting the early spots. That's very nice. I'm already detected.
Target locked.
Looks like it was that enemy light tank. And we'll go ahead and take 380 out of him, and somebody else will finish him off. We did take a little bit of damage there, almost 200 from something. But now we're not detected anymore, so we're going to push up, try to get a shot on that guy. It's just not happening. And we'll just stay focused here. We don't want to try to move up too much. And there we go, we got an STA-1 it looks like. We'll put a shot on him. Ooh, and we set him on fire as well. That's a very good shot for us there. And he's going to burn to death, so that's really good. So we got an enemy Tiger 2 over here. We got a couple other heavies as well. Looks like we damaged that Tiger's gun. There's a T-34 over there. The exact same tank as me, minus the color scheme and the additional experience and silver. So that Tiger was just shooting at me, so we're just going to eye up a shot and wait. Oh wait, there's Chiri. And we almost take him out. He's a one-shot now for anybody on our team.
Dropping target. Focus on this area.
And we're trying to stay held down except for when we're getting ready to shoot or when we are shooting. So there we are. We eye up a shot with the Tiger P, then we back down and put that little bit of hill in front of us. Of course, there's a ELC AMX right there. Those things are little ninjas. Just trying to get a shot on him before I could get fully reloaded. It didn't work. But we'll go ahead and shoot at that Easy 8 and totally miss. So yeah, I mean the gun on this is very good. The gun handling could be a little bit better considering it is a Tier 8, but I think that Wargaming left it that way because you're pretty much using a Tier 9 gun.
Ready to fire on target.
And they don't want to make this too overpowered.
Got an enemy here.
And there we go. Of course, we've got a friendly Chiri parking in front of our shot. That tends to happen a lot on PlayStation. People tend to park in front of you and block your shots. So there's that Easy 8 again. We're going to try and lead a shot on him. And we finish him off. He's out of the game.
Target locked.
So we're not pushing very hard here. The reason being most of their forces did stay back. So we don't want to get super aggressive and just overexpose ourselves. But our team is slowly pushing here, and we did have the few go around the flank. So the enemy T-34 gave me a good side shot on him there. I did take a hasty shot there, but we still did hit, and we did 340 some damage. So we're eyeing up another shot on him, and unfortunately he did get behind cover where we were aimed at that time. But we got 19 penetrations, 10 crits, we spotted 2, we killed 2, and we have 5 spotted target hits. Of course, we did set a fire, so we didn't have 19 penetrations. It was more like 9 penetrations and 10 burning damage. So yeah, we're just going to go up here now and we're going to finish these last few guys off. Try a quick snapshot there on the enemy T-34. And don't even know where the round went, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be dead here in just a moment. And there, he's dead. So now we're going to look left where that Tiger is. Just snapshot him. We'll finish him off. And now the only thing left are 2 light tanks. Nope, correction, 1 light tank. And that's the end of that match. So this is about the average match that I get in the T-34 Black Friday edition. Minus the catching somebody on fire. I'll usually get somewhere between 6 and 10 penetrations, do, you know, between 2 and 3,000 damage. Let's get some assisted damage, normally about 1,000, block about 1,000. But as you see, this thing makes a lot of silver. If I would have been premium, that would have been almost 100,000. But on standard, I made 50,000. Also, the experience isn't bad either, if you convert experience. I did get my first mark of excellence in this tank now. But anyway, on to the second match. We're in Runeberg, and it's the wintertime variant of the map. And on this map, it looks like we got the flag over in the E0, so it is an encounter map. And instead of going to the city like I would normally do on this map, being in a heavy tank, I'm going to go up and try to defend the base as much as possible.
Our mission is to capture.
This is also another tier 8 battle.
Let's do it.
So we are top tier. The enemy does have 2 artilleries we need to watch out for, especially since we're going to be going up and staying out in open land rather than the city. But yeah, we're going to go up here and hopefully we can stay hull down and take some enemies out. I did change my fire extinguisher over to Casacola to get an extra 10% bonus to all my crew skills. So that's just a recent change I made. I mean, I don't expose my hull too much, so the chance of getting caught on fire is a lot less. So we try to snapshot an AMX-12T that's not paying attention to us, and we miss. And then, of course, he comes over and tries to ram a heavy tank. A tier 6 light tank versus tier 8 heavy tank. So we'll just bully him and finish him off. We got 2 damage markers for that. One of them was for ramming him, and one of them was for finishing him off. So we'll just continue pushing up to the city here. Or, correction, up to the village, because we're not going into the city. Looks like the enemy has about 4 tanks, maybe 5 tanks down in the city. We've got 4 of them down there as well, so it should be pretty even down there for a little while. And we're all pushing up to the ridgeline. Trying to use what little bit of cover I do have, which is these buildings. And there's an enemy T-29. This guy doesn't see me, but I see him, so I'm going to pop out, take a shot. Just a snapshot, and then back down behind cover before he can take a shot at me. And now we're going to start setting up the side strafe here. So here we are, we're strafed.
Dropping target.
I know he's got a little bit of a wall in front of him, so I just try to shoot through the wall. I thought it was one of the destructible ones like I had right in front of me, but unfortunately my round does not make contact with him. But we did bounce. And we take some damage there, but in return we're going to track him and do some damage. And then we're going to side scrape some more. Got 6 seconds on the reload. He just fired, so now I'm going to back up and set up my shot. Unfortunately, that Motherland should have shot him when he had the chance. I accidentally blocked his shot. That's alright. That guy's almost dead. So now we're just going to try to bait a shot out of him. There we go. And we'll just finish him off. And now there's nobody threatening the flag right now. So I see a tank destroyer and 2 heavies in front of me to my left. I'm going to go ahead and aim on that Oho. Do a snapshot on him. I know if he's using the derp cannon, he's got a really long aim time, so I knew I could get away with doing that. So now we're just trying to set up for the Tiger 2, and he's backing up behind rock. So maybe we can aim up a shot on one of these guys. And unfortunately, it doesn't do any damage. So now that those guys expect me to stay there, pretty much stay where I was the entire time. I'm going to push to the other side of the houses over here, where there's this Tiger and this Borsig. I'm going to aim on this Borsig. Almost took him out. Not quite enough damage. That's alright. And the Oho derps around right in front of me. So now we're going to try to push around this side of the rock here and force that Borsig or that Tiger out. But I don't want to stay out too long, so I'm just going to go ahead and back up.
Ready to fire on target.
We did take a shot from the Oho there. Not a lot of damage dealt. You know, because he's mostly firing HE most likely. And he hit the front of my turret. So now we're readjusted here. We see that Borsig again. So we're going to try to take him out because he's got a very dangerous gun.
The enemy knows our location.
And I mean, this match is staying relatively even. But there we go. We take him out. The Oho tries another shot on us, and it goes just over the top. So now we're going to push back towards this little town here. Looks like my team cleaned up the city, and now we've got these guys surrounded. So I'll just put one into this Tiger.
Target locked.
And try to back up, and somebody finishes him off even before I needed to take defensive measures there. But there's still that Oho, so we're going to angle our armor. He shoots the dead Tiger. See a Knight. We'll just take him out with a snapshot. We push forward. Got a Churchill. Don't need to worry about him. So we'll just try to aim up a shot on him. He's going to have a really hard time penetrating us anyway. And now we're going to try to focus on that Oho. We'll aim up a shot. And somebody else finishes him off.
Ready to fire on target.
So now we're just going to aim up a shot on the Churchill, and we'll finish him off.
Eliminated.
So we're on 12 penetrating hits, 5 kills, 5 crits, 1 track target assist, and 3 spotted target hits. All in all, this is one of the better matches I've had in this tank.
Been detected. Ready to fire on target.
Try and aim up a shot, and he just ducks behind really quick. We'll focus on the TD if we can spot him. Nope. This guy keeps poking out. So, like I said, the slow traverse on this somewhat kills it for this tank. Tank Destroyer just took out one of our friends. He's still driving in, so we'll just snapshot him. Then we're going to go and park behind this dead, looks like the dead Knight. And we'll just wait for our reload, aim up the side of this guy's turret. And since our friendly didn't kill him, we will. And with that, we end with 7 kills.
Best job I ever had.
So on that match, we had 7 kills, 3,600 damage, we blocked 2,000, and we assisted for 1,400. We got high caliber, we got a mastery badge first class, we got Devastator, Sniper, Steel Wall, and Top Gun. And with all that, we got 3,200 experience and almost 70,000 silver. Had we been on a premium account, we would have had 122,000 silver and almost 5,000 experience. Anyway, fellow tankers, that's the T-34 Black. It's just like the regular T-34, minus the paint scheme and the additional silver and stuff that you get from it. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel and like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a great deal. Here you guys go. You guys can take a quick look at those team stats if you like. As you can see, it was a very good match for me. Probably my best one in the T-34 Black yet. But until next time, fellow tankers, you guys go out there and kill some shit. I hope to see you guys on the battlefield.